People them, Motorola Moto Edge 40 Pro. Let's have a casual discussion about this thing right here, innit? Yes, what's good people? It's man like Jamo out here with the Motorola Edge 40 Pro. Big shout out to the guys at Motorola for hooking me up with this little review unit to have a little play with, have a little test, and let you guys know what's really good. Now, we might as well get straight in with it kind of thing. Like, in terms of the unboxing, it was pretty much simple. Pretty much what I expect from Motorola nowadays. We got the phone, we got a little case, but it's a hard plastic case kind of thing, so not really offering any drop protection. And we got a 125 watt USB-C fast charger with the cable included in the box at no extra cost, cuz. Now that's 125 watts, so you can literally use that to charge your laptop, you get me? That's a big boy charger, you know? Now, in terms of the design of the phone itself, fam, I can't lie, it's a little bit saucy. It kind of reminds me bare of the older gen Motorola Edge 30 Ultra, fam. Basically, everything looks the same, except the edges look a little bit more circled, rounded off kind of thing, and the camera array is obviously different as well, with that 200 megapixel sensor. But apart from that, everything is basically the same, fam. I do like that matte black finish. On the right hand side of the phone, you got volume up, volume down, and you got the power button. Feel nice and tactile, no issues there. On the top of the phone, nothing really much going on except for another speaker grill. You got nothing at all really going on the left hand side of the phone. And then on the bottom of the phone, you got SIM card tray, USB, and another speaker grill. Now, there's no SD card expansion in this one, which is a shame because you get that all over the place in the cheaper budget devices. Now, you already know I'm a type of guy that prefers to talk about my actual experience with the phone rather than specs, but man's a tech YouTuber, let me run specs on you real quick, innit? Processor wise, we're talking Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, cuz the newest Snapdragon processor out, the fastest thing, blistering fast. Yeah, we'll talk about that a lot later. Now with that, you got 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 to 512 gigabytes of storage, 4,600 milliamp hour battery, fam, which is kind of strange considering the fact that, again, the cheaper G range of Motorola phones have 5,000 milliamp hour batteries each, and they're like 4 times cheaper, fam. Luckily, the screen is a 6.7 OLED thing, cuz 1080p maximum though, well 1080p plus because it's ultra wide kind of thing, but it still does look sharp, and I can't lie, when I'm gaming on my phone, 1080p with the high refresh rate, which on this phone is 165, is definitely the way to go, fam, when you're on the gaming thing, innit? But it would be nice to get that Netflix binge in 2K or 4K if possible. Now, we'll get into the cameras a lot later, but on the back, we got a 50 megapixel main sensor, 50 megapixel ultra wide, and we got a 12 megapixel zoom lens or telephoto thing, whatever the man are calling it, innit? On the front now, that little selfie thing right there, 60 megapixels. Now, I'm not really gassed about that because I've seen phones way back in the day that said they got a high megapixel count on that front camera, but if they don't also have autofocus, then your shots and selfies end up being a little bit unclear and out of focus, isn't it? Alright, now use over the past week, it's been pretty calm, and I have to say that subconsciously in my mind, I'm obviously going to be comparing it to my Google Pixel 7 Pro, which is my daily driver, and also my Motorola Edge 30 Ultra, which is my secondary phone, or basically my work phone actually, innit? So in terms of comparing it to those, the performance is above them. It's way above them. Not that those are bad, like the Pixel 7 Pro and the Motorola Edge 30 Ultra, they're not slow, but this thing is snappy, fam. Like the way it's just remembering what apps man has in memory, it's just opening apps one time, playing games on it one time. I often do these reviews and I forget to talk about normal phone stuff, like making calls, receiving calls, making texts, sending texts and them things there, especially for two-factor authentication, innit? And I've not had any issues with those. The loudspeaker's actually quite decent on this, innit? Wi-Fi connectivity, Bluetooth connectivity, them things there, that seems to be no issue as well, especially when man's connecting my little smartwatch or my little Bluetooth gaming controller. Scrolling up and down on social media, web browsing, all them things there, this phone has been more than capable. It goes without saying, knowing that it has that new Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Now moving on to the power user things, yeah? I'm talking content creator stuff now, so extended 4K 60 video taking or video editing kind of thing, creating reels, creating TikToks, them things there. Obviously, this thing does it. No issue. I can do it on my Pixel 7 Pro. I can do it on the Motorola Edge 30 Ultra. It only goes faster on this Motorola Edge 40 Pro, fam. Right, now speaking of power user stuff, obviously we're gonna have to go on to the camera. Taking the odd picture here and there, you know, in bright daylight, we're pretty much good. It's got a good contrast ratio. It's got good HDR. Not really any issues when there's a lot of light. And the same goes for video when there's a lot of light. Here, the picture looks good, the quality looks good. I'm sure I'm probably showing you some B-roll right now. Man stepped out into the garden. All looks nice, all looks cool. I don't have any issues when this camera gets a lot of light. And one of the other things that I really like about taking video on this phone is that you're able to put an external, microphone inside, innit? So that you can record using better quality microphones instead of using the microphone inside the phone. Not that the microphone inside the phone is that bad. In fact, let me give you a little sample. Alright, here's a little 4K 60 internal microphone test on the Motorola Edge 40 Pro. Let me know how it sounds. One upgrade that I have seen in the video mode that I didn't see in the Motorola Edge 30 Ultra is that you can get 4K 60 on a lot more of the lenses now. So you can get 4K 60 on the ultra wide lens, 4K 60 on the front facing camera, and 4K 60 on the macro camera, fam. So it's not just on the main sensor anymore. Obviously you can get 8K on the main sensor and you can't get that on any of the other sensors. However, whatever mode you're in or whatever lens you're on, when you start shooting 4K 60, you can't switch between lenses like you can on the Google Pixel. You have to stop shooting, switch to another lens, and then start recording in your 4K 60 again. You've also got lots of other little fun camera options like dual capture mode, where it's going to use the front and rear facing camera simultaneously, which is perfect for vlogging really, because you can show what you're seeing and people can also see your facial expression at the same time without you necessarily needing to have a 360 camera. So that's kind of sick. What has man not mentioned yet? Sound is okay. Sound is good. It's not blowing me away. It's not a mad thing. It's not like I've played sound from the front and I'm like, bruh, that's a mad thing. Yeah, it's just a casual thing, innit? So basically same kind of level that I'm getting from the Motorola Edge 30 Ultra and the Google Pixel 7 Pro. So yeah, not that it's bad, but it's just not crazy outstanding. Alright people then, that's it with the Motorola Edge 40 Pro. Pretty much all round good, fam. Love the performance, love the gaming, love the screen quality, the sounds, it being a phone, it's doing well. Only issues, as I said before, is a little bit of the quality and performance of the camera at nighttime or in dark, low lit situations, which is always a situation with most phones anyway, and that performance of the charging, fam. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it definitely ain't doing that fast charging. I think it took like an hour and a half to get from 0 to 100% on the first charge. However, I've just realized on the second charge, it seems to be charging a lot quicker. I can even see here on the preview that it's saying from 54%, it reckons it will charge up to 100% within 5 minutes. And I came back 10 minutes later and it was 100%. So yeah, definitely need to give it another charging test when I get a bit more time. But yeah, hopefully that's been helpful for you guys. If it has, let me know in the comment section below and I will catch you guys in the next one.